instantly in 30 seconds without using electricity. It's like somebody made out of plastic an organized item that I saw people in third world countries had made for themselves as a way to air condition their houses. So it's like they put their little thing on the internet, some dude saw it, made it into a product, and sold it to people.
Yo, Aaron, you want to walk it off a little bit?
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying, the people who originated it never got a penny out of it. The point that knowledge is just free and available, it doesn't seem to me. It's hard to try to go make money off that stuff, man. It's like I went and learned a bunch about aquaponics. I was going to start an aquaponics company. Just build these super nice glass houses for people to grow food in, And I was figuring the elite would pay a lot of money to have these clean food situations in their backyards, but they wouldn't be there most of the time, so most of the food that they produced there would end up going to people that needed it. You know what I mean? You end up making up more food than you can eat, so you end up giving most of that away to people that don't have any food, at that point. But I'm just saying, at the point that you learn about the aquaponic stuff, it's almost trying to make money off of it, man. It's so easy to teach other people how to do it. It's so simple. Go ahead. It's so simple. Go ahead.
Well, the whole idea of a skyscraper being turned into a vertical farm is ready to be done. I mean, all these office buildings are out there with all that space, all that surface area, all these glass, sunlit areas, right?
No, who is this?
That sun is used as needed for growing,
yeah,
right?
now I do.
These skyscrapers become, giant greenhouses in a sense, where people aren't going to be going back to work a lot of these places because office environments are going to become a thing of the past, and they should become a thing of the past. There's no reason to go work in an office. Why work in an office, man? It's silly. Think about it.
Well, the indigenous peoples originated this type of growing where the water is uphill, and everything gets watered from uphill downhill. So the water all trickles downhill. And so if you use the same concept in a sturdy high-rise situation, you basically just pumping the water up to the top floor and then watering everything all the way down. It's pretty. Literally, I've seen operations in Mexico where they grow mostly just certain types of things. So one of the things that they grow is lettuce. They grow this organic lettuce. The plant starts on one side of the shoot, and by the time the one gets taken out and it gets pushed down one gets taken out at the end that's ready and it gets pushed down one. So by the time it gets down to the end, it's done, right? So it takes that amount of time, but everything's set at a 4-foot level. So even people in wheelchairs and stuff can feel productive, they can be involved, and plus, everything being at this level makes it so you're not bending and stooping. It takes a lot of the toil and the labor of the back-breaking labor that goes along with beating the dirt. With aquaponics, you can use it's pretty much a third of the water that you would normally use. Go ahead.
Yeah, everything's designed, engineered to be for ease of use, to avoid repetitive stress injuries and that kind of thing. So much, and that's becoming more common in business environment in general because of insurance reasons. Everything's being set up ergonomically. But yeah, think about making farming ergonomic. Why don't we? There's no reason really not to. Why toil more than you need to when you use technology to be your friend and make things, like you said, at chest level, basically.
Yeah, well, and then they have this whole idea. When I was up in Colorado, there's this place called The Grind. And they had the idea that they were going to grow their own greens and whatnot in their own area right there, and then just pick it right off the vine and just, pull your tomato off, pull your lettuce out, make your salad, that kind of thing. So, it was a good idea, man. People were trying to find, new ways to have a place where you can eat and get some, good food and, in a cool way, And so, really the bottom line is, if you got a few feet of space in your backyard, you could literally take different style
Crazy.
of vegetables. And then you got vertical growing, where you have these situations set up where there's these pods.
I don't know how it came off.
Everything grows vertically on it.
Fucking lame,
You're
yeah.
still using the same fish
Sad-
water, but it's just
yeah,
kind of
they didn't crack it.
growing type situation where you're growing because you don't have a lot of space. You grow vertical. Go ahead, Epic.
There's some family of, I think it's a family of 4 in LA somewhere. They did a YouTube video years ago, but they've lived completely off like $100 a year, basically. And it's just, you're talking about they have vertical growing in their yards. It's like not that big a yard even. It's like maybe half acre at most, right? But everything they eat, they make there. I mean, they're completely self-sufficient. They're like under an overpass, right? Practically. I mean, they get the sun and everything, but they're in a, they're not in the spot you'd expect, right? I'm sure we can find it if we look, but I'm just bringing it up the fact that even in an urban environment like that, this family's been self-sustaining, for years. And of course, they can go branch off and do other things, but the fact that you can do that in, urban Los Angeles is pretty amazing.
No, I know, and I mean, everybody can go on, your favorite search engine or whatever, and head over and just go on. There's a million videos about it. I mean, the one dude, there's like an Australian dude who was really the originator of the systems that a lot of people see today. I think his name's Maury Halpin. I'll see if I can find one of his videos. But I mean, there's all kinds of like really positive things that can go on, from an autonomous community type of thing, with the advent of the availability of high-speed internet available anywhere on Earth. Really, with the potential of 3D printing, the potential of new and interesting construction methods, using recycled materials. There's just about anything is possible, except for we got to get through some of what's going on, in the world. And so, this type of idea was going on before all this started to happen. And so now that it is happening, it proves out even more so that the